Imagine, if you will, this is a really oversimplified metaphor, but imagine, if you will, a circle of 100 people all standing next to each other in a big circle, and they each have $1 in their hands. And at some prearranged signal, whatever, everyone starts passing their dollar to the person on the left, always to the next person. Well, as long as they all keep passing the dollar, everybody will have $1 and all the needs will be met. If anyone around the circle, however, gets greedy and wants more than $1, or or gets fearful, perhaps, and worries that, well, what if somebody else doesn't give me his dollar? Then I won't have any, and that would be terrible. So maybe I should hold back $1 as put it in a savings account as a reserve, keep it off to the side, so that if anybody ever doesn't give me his dollar, then I'll still have one. Well, you'll still have one, but you'll still have to spend it to get what you need, because by nature the money has to keep circulating. You have to be able to buy the food, buy the services, buy whatever you need, because there's a certain minimum of food, clothing, and shelter that everyone needs to survive. And so really you can't ensure your own survival unless you're equally committed to the survival of everyone else in the circle. Because if anything bad happens to someone in the circle gets smaller, there's fewer people to shoulder the struggles of surviving. If the circle gets too small, and it's only you and one or two other people, if your house catches fire, the three of you are going to have to put out the fire all by yourselves. If you have a larger community of people, there will be, as they say, many hands light work. There will be enough people to address the circumstance that it can be effectively addressed. Problem we're dealing with in this day and age, and I suspect for a long time to come, because I think it's going to be a long time before we figure out some way of balancing, because there's so much disagreement on this, but that is the whole thing of overpopulation. When you simply have so many people that we don't know each other by name or face anymore, and the truth of living in a world that is overpopulated becomes a really difficult thing to wrestle with. And finding that at that point, on an individual level, we can still make a difference in the lives of certain other individuals. On a societal level, we start getting into sticky things like who's important and who's not to society at the present time. Because 50 years from now, society will value something else, and everything will change again. If we remain supportive of each other, if we love each other, if we stand together, we will get through any difficulty that comes along, I'm confident. It reminds me of the one line I remember from the movie Gladiator, which I found to be a very violent movie, but it made so much sense. There was a particular circumstance in which a Roman military officer wound up being thrown in with various criminals and other people rejected and devalued by society, who are going to be sent out into this big arena to do battle for the entertainment of wealthier people, which I find to be pretty sick entertainment. But for their entertainment, they wanted all of the people that society devalued to come out and fight for their lives against lions and all sorts of dangerous animals, against all sorts of adversaries. And the gladiator, this particular man who had military training in the Roman military, expressed to all of them as they were being sent out in the arena, if we fight together, we live. If we fight individually, we die. And that applies to so many things. If we truly live like everyone matters, and if we try to do it together, and if we share the resources and are concerned about everyone having legitimate ways to get their needs met, we will all make it through any difficult time that ever comes along. And if we attempt to go it alone, to hoard our resources, to withhold, to clench tightly whatever wealth or ability comes within reach, ultimately clenching our fists that tightly, we will wind up strangling ourselves, and we will die. That's where we come back to the pervasive, wonderful final truth of love. That love is what makes all the good things possible. And if we take truth, and if we take love, we will have ability, we will have life, we will have a reason for living. We will have a reason to keep pressing on, even when perhaps it doesn't make any sense because we don't have the full truth of the matter yet. Anyway, I hope this has been a fruitful time of considering these ideas with me. Thank you for watching.